What's up? It's Brian, and today I'm just going to talk about the New Heritage Doll Company, and how I got 616.60 company APV. You can see I really focused on my revenue, operating income, and net income. And you can see in 2009, this is what I started with. I started with 245.75 for my revenue, and you can see from the previous year to the current year that it has gone up from the first year I started. The operating income was 2260, and you can see that the same thing, it has gone up from 22 to 40 for my current year, and the net income has gone up from 13 to 24. In divisional reports, you're basically you just find that revenue by division, that retail and licensing, they had the highest two portions of this pie chart. You can see in our operating, most of our expenses really came from licensing and retail, or licensing and production versus retail. And you can see in our total assets by division come from our production, because we have a lot of equipment and everything, and the licensing is more like, and you see that licensing is more copyright and different things of that such. Okay, I'm going to take you over here to the project updates. And the project updates are basically the decisions I picked to get this company APV of 616. If you just click on the project updates, you can just see everything that I've chosen. And you can see that some of these items actually help each other out. But you can see in 2009, I picked, my starting year, I picked 4 different options. And the second year, I picked 3 different options. And then you can see in 2011 and 12, or 2012, I really picked a lot more options. And then 2013, I only picked 3 options. And each project you choose has a description, and they basically tell you whether it's a good choice or if it wasn't a good choice. As you can tell, back in 2009, for an example, the new doll film, it was released on schedule. The campaign was very successful, and the DVD sales exceeded the NH's previous film. You can see the retail expansion in Northeast. Operations generated more than revenue than expected and were profitable right away. But yeah, this page right here basically just tells you in detail, a little bit in detail, on if your project did good or bad. There were a lot more projects to choose from than the ones you see here, but you don't have to invest in every project. You just get to pick and choose based on how much money you have versus how much time it'll take to pay back on the project, and different things of that such. Moving away from the project updates, in order to really know how well, or to see the numbers on how well or bad, or how good or bad these guys did, or these projects did, I'll take you guys to the project details, and here is where you'll learn if it's high risk, low risk, the NPV, the IRR, internal rate of return, or discount rate, how long it'll take to pay back, lifetime project costs, and the project costs for the upcoming years. And here, what I really focused on when I was picking my projects, I really focused on the NPV, the IRR, the discount rate, and then the lifetime projections. If if your lifetime projections happens to be more than your IRR, then your internal rate of return, then you probably shouldn't pick that project, because you're not going to get anything back, basically. Okay, now using new doll film as an example, just like we did before. If you scroll down, you'll start seeing the numbers, and at first glance, you really just want like numbers to just go up for the most part. And as you can see right here, this is our projection, and you can see that it's not looking too good, because you got numbers straight across the board, and you got negative numbers and all of that, and we don't really want inflation with those numbers, with those type of numbers. But if you click on the actual, because you don't know what the project was going to do, it's just a projection. If you click on the actual after you actually have um, accepted the project, and you can click on actual, and you can see that numbers start to go up. Well, not there, but let's see, cash flow statements. You can see numbers went up from negative for over the previous years. And after you check out your cash flow statement, you just go down to the bottom and you see the ending cash balance. Of course, you got to pay everything. After all your dues has been paid, seeing a positive number is a great thing. It doesn't always have to be above 1, but it just shows that you're making money, even though it just shows that you're making money and you're paying everything that you need to pay on time as well. And scrolling back up, is going to a different investment. You can see, in this part actually, you can see the projects that I didn't choose because they would potentially, I thought they would potentially give me negative investments, and we don't really want negative investments. But just going to a different project, you can just see the numbers again. Clicking on projection. And you come down and you see the cash flow, it increased, and you can see that I've been paying things, and then you can see down here that I end up with a positive ending cash balance. You can see the NPV is pretty high, the IRR is pretty high. You can see the project or lifetime project cost is not too high. You can see it's medium risk, so we don't want high risk. Medium is good. And for this project, match my dog clothing line expansion of concept. Oops. We just click on this. Match my law. You can see there's a lot of benefit from strong performance of the match my doll. So you can see that this is one of those projects that fed off another project that I chose in the previous year. So match my doll down here, and outperform projection. So that's a great thing, and a lot of my projects did that, so that's why I chose them. Or yeah, I really learned that the senior management, from a senior management perspective, these guys, they really have to take their time and plan out each project that they might choose, because one mistake could put you below that 600 level that we had to get, And sometimes they don't even have they don't have a lot of money, so they really have to be cautious on how much they spend as well. And just to recap, basically, in order for me to get this 616.60 APV in the decide tab, I was able to compare the MVP, the IRR, and the discount rate along with the rest of them side by side, which made it a lot easier. And I was just able to quickly decide on which ones I wanted to choose. You can see some of them weren't so good. I'm not sure if that one did good or not, but evidently I made the right choices overall to get that. And that's it.